Hi everybody, it's Diane and I'm here to make some more tags for my cowboy journals. I had made 3 types of journaling cards yesterday, so each signature gets a different journaling card, but I had only made 1 kind of tag. So I need to make 2 more tags for the signatures for each journal. So I've been prepping some things, and we're just going to get right into it. The first ones I'm going to do, I have 2 different sizes too, and I'm using the pre-made tags with the reinforcements already on them, but I'm using 2 different sizes because I have 2 smaller journals and 2 larger journals. So I just took some images and definitions from the Cowboy Encyclopedia. I embossed the tags with my Big Shot and then added the definition. I inked around the pieces that I cut out. And for this one, this was a long definition, and there was a lot of information about the cowboy boots and the different parts of the boots and why they're made the way they are. So I wanted to include that. So this is not a journaling card, this is an information card, and it will just be tucked into the same pocket with this. And here's the other smaller one, and this is a gingham pattern embossing folder, and I inked it with Stormy Sky. And speaking of stormy sky, it is a rainy day here today, so it might be a little dim. This is a definition for angle iron, a triangle, and the definition columns were wider than these little tags, so I had to tear part of that off. But this one I just put on sideways. But anyway, it's the metal that the cook rings to announce that the meal is ready. And then on the larger one, I have the chevron design, and it's a definition for Appaloosa. So I'm just going to finish up this one. And this one is hackamore, which is a type of Western bridle without a bit. So I have all this information to go on it also, and I've already inked around that. And I'm using Lucky Clover, and then I'm going to use Vintage Photo over it. So I had to call the maintenance guy this morning because I was doing laundry, and then I was in my room, my bedroom. Today I organized my bedroom and the master bath. And the master bath is just on the other side of the wall of the laundry. So I was able to hear all the gurgling and bubbling that was going on when the washer was spinning out. And it was actually, the water in the toilet bowl was bubbling. And then there were suds from the washer in the toilet. And it was filling up. It was like almost to the top of the bowl when I saw it. So I called the maintenance guy. He told me to turn off the washer and he'd be right here. He didn't even have to come inside. He just checked the pipe or whatever it is outside. And then he had to call Roto-Rooter, and they've been out there digging. They had to dig it up. They tried for a while with the long, whatever it is, they insert down into the hole with a winch. And I had to sit by the window there so he could give me instructions. You need me to flush the toilet, and I need you to run the water and do this and that. So I was sitting there, and then he said, well, you can use your water for now, but we're going to have to dig it up. So I don't know what was the problem, but they had to dig. So they just left, and it's all the dirt is covered, smoothed over. The hole is gone, so I'm assuming they're done. And it was raining. It wasn't raining hard, but you know, it's mud. And they're standing in the rain, so hopefully it's all taken care of. That was interesting. So So as you can see, I toned down the green with the vintage photo, and I like the way that looks. And I inked around the edge of this information with the vintage photo. Actually, that goes that way. I'm just going to cut part of this off. I don't need to have all that information. I have a roast beef in the crock pot. I can smell it. It smells good. I'm getting hungry because I just had a salad for lunch. And my daughter's going to come over and have dinner with me. Her husband doesn't get home from work till 7:15, so I told her she can take some home for him. I'm not going to wait that long. All right, now I just need to they were too stuck together there. I just need to put the things, the fibers and whatnot in the, sorry, had to see what that was, in the hole. Let me finish a thought here. So I have some ribbon and lace and this and these. Eyelash trim. I knew the word was in there somewhere. I'm just combining it with that. See how that looks. That's pretty good. This is a cord. Now, where's the end of it? There it is. It's probably the end from the middle of it. Oh, heck. I'll just make a new end. That's about as coarse as my language gets. Oh, heck. And I don't usually say that. Probably never say that. keep forgetting to put my mat on my table. I know where it is, and by the time I remember it, I've got my table all cluttered up with stuff again. Do the same for that one. Okay, so these are done. Now the back is embossed, just because you can't emboss the front without embossing the back. But you could glue a piece of paper on there to make it easier to write on it, or you could just glue a picture there. So there's these. And then for the final tags for each journal, I've already inked around the tags, and I'm just going to put on these brands. Oh, I think I want to put some handmade paper on them. I've got that over here. Excuse my reach. Now this is paper that I did when I made the Harry Potter journals. I called it dragon skin. I just crumpled up a thin paper and then rubbed different colors of ink on it. I think I'll use some of that. I didn't need to ink it all. I'm just going to cover it, right? But I wasn't sure. I thought I would just put a piece down that side. I put the glue on the tag itself so the paper that's hanging off doesn't have glue on it, so I can go ahead and trim it. Oh, I was wrong about 3 journals being claimed. 2 journals have been claimed. 2 of the messages were written by the same person. So I thought that there were 3. But Smokey is taken, and the Cowboy Encyclopedia is taken. But the 2 smaller journals, Maverick and the one with the picture of the cowboy with the offensive title, which will be covered, but it's a cool picture of a cowboy on the front. I think it was a novel. and that one is available. So those are the two smaller journals which are available. So if you would like to reserve one of them, you can let me know. Otherwise, they will just go in my shop in due time. I'm going to go ahead and punch this before I put the glue on. So the little ones have 3 brands on them, cattle brands, and the big ones have 4. Didn't put the glue out to the edge far enough. And I didn't put on enough so it would squish. It is nice to do something that's not full of lace and flowers, although there probably will be a little bit of lace. And I was thinking of putting some little crochet doilies in clusters or something, because there were ladies out west too, the wives of the ranchers and cowboys and other ladies. There were ladies that cooked, made a lot of money by cooking for the cowboys and miners and all that. Plus, of course, the ladies of ill repute. By the way, I was going to show you, I did sew around all the journaling cards, and it really adds a lot. These were just images from children's books that I put onto coffee dyed paper, but the stitching around the edges adds a lot. And then these were coffee dyed index cards with little collages on them. and I like them with the stitching around them. And then this was images from a book and some handmade paper on coffee dyed paper scraps. Some of them have trim instead of the coffee dyed paper, or the handmade paper. So you can see that really added a lot to those. I said that, I remember to show you that because I was wondering if I needed to sew around these. Okay, let's do something different on this one. Like this, handmade paper. Again, it's two-sided. I think I like the lighter color, rusty color. And I want that rough edge to show. Yeah. There's a little fiber there, tough fiber that didn't want to punch. There has been a lot of interest in the leftovers that I said I would put together in a kit and put in my shop. When I'm done with these journals, I'll have quite a bit left over. I think I'm going to use my 3-in-1 here. But I don't know how many kits I'll be able to make. Probably no more than 2. We'll see. And they will just be on a first come, first serve basis. One more. Tough fiber in there too. Three o'clock, I think. Yep, 3 o'clock. This one is Broken Heart, New Mexico. Makes you wonder about the backstory of that, doesn't it? It was a big lump of glue, hard glue. Okay, now we can put the ribbons and things in these. I think I'll just put that cord in all of these. Then I'll have all of the tags done and all of the journal cards done, and I can actually start decorating the pages. I did cut the pages to size yesterday, and yeah, I'm excited to get to work decorating them. There was a shooting in my town the other day, Sunday night. I went to the evening service at church, and Elmira Street is the main street. I would just go on to Elmira Street, basically from my church to my house. And Elmira Street was closed. And I found out I had to go a different way, and I found out it was because there was a drive-by shooting near a very favorite local restaurant, which is not my favorite at all. I never eat there because I don't like anything there. but people love it. I don't know why. I think the food's not good. But anyway, it was near that restaurant that some teenagers they were in a car and they started shooting at another car, and the bullets hit the windshield, and the bullets didn't hit the driver, but I think the glass must have injured him, because the paper said that he went to the hospital and was treated for minor injuries. They called it a drive-by shooting, but they did find the kids, and they were charged as adults with attempted murder, I guess. They were charged with a lot of things, but they were charged as adults. They were 18 and 19, I think. A guy and a girl. So, it's a little frightening that now there are drive-by shootings in my little town. I know that there are lots of drugs here, but usually not that kind of thing. Can happen anywhere. So I would have gone by that restaurant on my way home from church. The driver pulled into the restaurant and ran inside to get away from the shooters. I'm sure it was very scary for them. Okay, so we did 2 kinds of tags today. We did the Cowboy Encyclopedia definitions on embossed tags. And we did cattle brands on tags with handmade paper or dragon skin paper. Let's say that's cowhide. So I like those. And then we had these tags from the other day. So we are all set with tags. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm actually going to start maybe sewing some lace to pages or something, or trim or whatever. I don't want them to be too lacy, but I do want to put something on the edges of the pages. So I'm going to start with that. Maybe once I know what I'm going to do, I'll bring you along for that, but maybe not. Maybe you'll just see the finished product. I should have these all out here so you can see. Look at all this ephemera that we've been working on in preparation for these cowboy journals. Yeehaw! This is fun stuff. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm having fun doing these. I don't know why. I've never been out west. I don't know why I like the cowboy theme, but I grew up in the country, so maybe that's why. But anyway, I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.